We lived in some pretty terrible neighborhoods, man. I switched elementary schools about 5 different times. I remember one time her car had got stolen twice in 1 week. Within the first couple weeks of school, one of my best friends that I called my brother had gotten sentenced to 24 years in prison.
I look a hot mess, but do not pay attention to that. I'm back with another YouTube video. Well, another reaction video. I was scrolling the tube the other day when I was in the gym, just trying to find something to watch while I did cardio, long. And yeah, I came across this unique TED Talk, like given by a rapper, and I just thought that was so unique in a sense that I haven't really seen much rappers give TED Talks. And when I actually found this rapper giving a TED Talk, then I found out that another rapper named Cordae actually gave a TED Talk. And this TED Talk is titled "How a High Level Mindset Helps You Realize Your Potential" by Cordae. Now I appreciate that the demographic that watches my videos may not know who Cordae is, so I spoke to the editing team and we put together like a little 1 minute to 2 minute documentary on who Cordae actually is. So if you guys can, if the editing team can kindly just cue that in, thank you very much. Cordae, formerly known as Cordae Amari Dunstan, is a 24-year-old American rapper born in Raleigh, North Carolina. He gained popularity by releasing remixes of popular songs, which led to an immense and immediate positive response from both mainstream media and the online rap community.
I would hope and I think Cordae is only going to get better from here.
He was notably known as a member of the YBN Collective, which included YBN Namir and YBN Almighty J. The collective collaborated on a range of projects and ultimately rose to stardom together, with YBN Namir taking the lead, Almighty J closely trailing behind, and Cordae just being that guy in the group that was really lyrical. But you see, that's the thing that made him stand out. Whilst his peers were rapping about fucking bitches, getting money and being internet gangsters, Cordae's raps were always on a more intellectual level, and honestly speaking, just didn't really fit the collective's theme. It was quite obvious that he was on a different wavelength from the group. Nonetheless, he stuck it out with the pack while releasing multiple singles and playing the role of a support act for the likes of Juice WRLD and Lil Mosey. He elevated as an artist to another level when his album Lost Boy was nominated for 2 Grammys, Best Rap Album and Best Rap Song in 2020. Therefore, it was expected in 2020 when he took the YBN out of his name and rebranded as Cordae, because he had honestly outgrown the group in all levels and he was way ahead of his time. The disassociation meant he could really explore the depth of his artistry and really evolve as an artist, and evidently that has served him well since, with collaborations with top tier artists like Lil Durk, Gunna, Eminem, Young Thug, free Young Thug by the way. Long story short, bro is basically doing his thing, and he even bagged the tennis star Naomi Osaka. What a guy. And yeah, now that you guys are clued up on who Cordae is, let's get into the reaction video of how a high level mindset helps you realize your potential. Let's do it.
How's everybody doing today? So, for those of you who may not know who I am, which is probably the vast majority of you all, my name is Cordae.
Let me just appreciate bro's fit. This fit is fitting, can't lie.
Nice.
I'm a hip-hop artist. More specifically, a Grammy-nominated hip-hop artist.
Hey, you gotta tie your shit, bro. Tie your shit, bro.
I'm here to talk about my mantra and my way of life that has gotten me this far and can hopefully take me a lot further on my journey as I'm just getting started. And that's the high-level mindset.
It's weird how he spells high-level mindset. It's like high-level mindset. Yeah, it's like pretty interesting.
My mom had me when she was 16 years old. She was a single mom with all the odds stacked against her. And yet, from an unbiased perspective, I like to say she did a pretty decent job. We lived in some pretty terrible neighborhoods, man. I switched elementary schools about 5 different times. I remember one time her car had got stolen twice in 1 week.
Can we just deep how much disparity there is between like living in the ghetto in the UK and living in the ghetto in America? Like, I just feel like it's so extreme. Your car getting stolen twice in 1 week is wild. Like, and it's just mad that that's kind of like the reality in some of these, like, you know, really like derelict like neighborhoods in the US, man. It's so sad.
How we handle these lifetimes, these trying times or life testers, is what decides a person's destiny, which brings me to step 1 of the high-level mindset. And that's always remained positive.
Nah, and I hear it, to be honest, like, sorry, I keep on cutting Cordae off, like, but yeah, like, honestly, that's like one thing I try to hold on to. I always try to see the bright side of every single situation I go through, because yeah, like, negativity just like takes you into this depressive state. Admittedly, like, recently, I haven't really been practicing positivity, but it's something that I kind of pride myself on being like fairly optimistic just about everything. Like, you know, the world could be burning down. I'm just like, well, if you look on the bright side, we're warm, right? But yeah.
Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of background about myself. Funny enough, I was actually voted most likely to be famous in both middle school and in high school.
That's mad. What odds?
So I went to college. And as soon as I went to college, boy, did life hit me hard. Within the first couple weeks of school, one of my best friends that I called my brother had gotten sentenced to 24 years in prison.
You see what I mean? But like, it's just so extreme in the US, bruv. Like, because for me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the UK can attest to this, going to university was kind of like, freedom. Like, university was almost like a bubble. It was like, do you know what I mean? It was kind of like just this whole new world. Especially like if you didn't really have that level of freedom when you were living at home. But bro's experience of going to uni was that his friend got sentenced to 24 years in prison. Like what are the odds? That's so wild. Like, that's mad.
But the high-level mindset made me think, man, these misfortunes are just gonna make my triumph story a lot cooler.
That's literally how I always think. I try to tell people this, like, all the struggles you go through in life, in my view, it's just like, don't give up, because it's just gonna make the success story a lot more sweeter. Like, I've always lived by this mantra, bro. Like, every single shit I go through, I'm just like, well, it's gonna be lit, like, you know, when I become famous and like I'm rich and stuff, and I can just be like, yeah, you know, I went through the dirt, I went through the mud. So like, yeah, bro, I hear it, bro.
Which brings me to the second step of the high-level mindset. Always be intentional with your desires. Know exactly what you want. In 2018, I created a vision board. At the beginning of 2018, I created a vision board. And I'm proud to say that with the high-level mindset, within 1 year, I almost accomplished everything on here. Y'all can clap for that.
I made my vision board tonight, to be honest.
And in order to do all these things, it brings me to the third step of the high-level mindset: discipline. Growing up, discipline was always taught in such a lame way that I always tried my best to avoid it.
I hear it, to be honest. Discipline is key. And I mean, if I'm being fully transparent, recently, like, my discipline has just like lacked on so many different levels, which I guess, like, you know, I'm going to sort of delve into in like another video that I'm planning to release for you guys. But yeah, you can't beat discipline, to be quite honest, because I think discipline comes down to like doing things even when you don't want to do it, all because of discipline. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No. Now, a cheat code to ensure that you're staying disciplined to whatever you're striving for is to prime your environment for success. Your habits are based on your habitat, and the main product of your habitat are the people in your life.
That's strong. Your habits are based on your habitats, and the main thing is, like, you know, the people in your life. Like, that's a word.
I was in a very dark place. But then I heard this Yiddish proverb that A$AP Rocky actually told me about at a most important time, and I'm sure he didn't even know it. It's we plan and God laughs.
That's like the realest thing I've ever heard, to be honest, because not to get religious or anything, but the kind of person I used to be like super, super ambitious, which I still am, but I just used to always make these grand plans into the future. About all the things I wanted to do and what I wanted to achieve and so on and so forth. And like recently, I wouldn't say life has humbled me, but I feel like I've kind of lost that superpower. And I don't want to say I'm like conservative about like future plans, but I'm just trying to kind of understand that, bro, like shit only happens if God wants it to happen for you. It's literally as simple as that kind of thing. So that statement really resonates with me so much. Like, we plan, God just laughs, bro, because if he doesn't want it for you, it's not happening.
I'll leave you all with this. We only have one life to live. How are you going to maximize your time on this earth? Do you want your name to be remembered long after you're gone? A high-level mindset is about doing everything that you put your hands on at the highest level that you're capable of doing. How do you want your story to end? In anguish? A bunch of what ifs? Or leaving a legacy? I choose legacy, the high level way. Thank you.
That was really good, man. That was really good. That TED Talk, it really resonated with me. And yeah, man, it's just really good to kind of like see Cordae really step into just like his own lane of maturity, not only in the rap game, but also in life. Like, you know what I mean? Not many rappers are doing TED Talks, and it just kind of shows that this 24-year-old kid is just ahead of his time. Saying 24-year-old kid like I'm not only 25, almost 30. But yeah, it just shows that like bro's really ahead of his time. And I really think it was in his best interest to kind of disassociate himself from that YBN brand and really kind of carve out a lane for himself. I think, yeah, it's just really like refreshing to kind of see like his growth, not only in the rap game, but outside of the rap game, man. And yeah, like I said, this is a great TED Talk. I would advocate for you guys to go and watch the full thing with no interruptions and commentary from myself. But yeah, man, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss a thing. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.